He wants to buy a more expensive suit. His wife thinks it's too expensive when she sees the price and refuses. He tries to explain his reasons. Because their daughter just bought an expensive pair of shoes as well. His wife tells him to take the suit off, and says she will buy a cake for their daughter later as compensation. This time, he chooses not to compromise anymore. He directly refuses to continue the argument. He begins to express his dissatisfaction strongly. He feels that his life has been repeating the same dull routine. All the emotions he has accumulated over time completely erupt. He feels extreme exhaustion with his current situation. At a convenience store, a black man comes in holding a lottery ticket and asks to cash it in. The clerk believes the ticket is invalid and refuses to process it. A conflict breaks out between them. Jack steps in to handle the situation. He buys the lottery ticket with money in an attempt to end the dispute. The situation is temporarily calmed. The black man then leaves the store. Jack returns home to rest. The next day, he wakes up next to an unfamiliar woman. He finds himself in a completely different life environment. In this world, he is married to Kate and has 2 children. He lives in a normal suburban house. He panics and gets up to leave. His luxury car has turned into an old, beat-up van. He heads into the city, but he is stopped by a security guard at the apartment building. Company staff do not recognize him at all. His name does not appear on any employee list. His identity has completely disappeared. Then the black man arrives in a Ferrari and meets him. He explains that this is a planned life experience arrangement. It is meant to let him experience another possible life path. He leaves him a bell as a way to contact him. After that, he drives away. Jack returns to the suburbs, but he can no longer even identify his own home. On the way, he meets a friend. The friend sees him as a successful family man, and believes he has a stable and happy life. He also advises him not to disrupt his current situation. Jack returns home. Kate sees him and becomes emotional, hugging him. She says she has been looking for him all along. For the first time, he feels a complete sense of family connection. From then on, he enters a new reality. His life in this world gradually becomes stable. His daily routine is fixed, waking up early, taking care of the kids, dropping the kids off at school, then going to work at a tire shop. In the afternoon, he handles customers and store operations. In the evening, he goes home to eat and spend time with his family. This cycle gradually helps him adapt. But it also makes him grow used to a different identity. He is no longer just a lost man. He becomes someone bound by both family and work. His children grow quickly. His daughter starts school and becomes more independent. His son becomes energetic and playful. Life at home becomes more real and complex. Through taking care of the children, he gradually becomes skilled. Diaper changes, feeding, and putting them to sleep become daily routines. Kate takes on more responsibility in managing the household. She handles family planning and daily arrangements. Their communication becomes more practical and grounded. There is not much romance, but there is stable understanding. He begins to get used to this ordinary rhythm. His work at the tire shop also becomes more under control. He optimizes inventory and sales processes. Store efficiency improves. Customer numbers increase significantly. His boss increasingly recognizes his ability. He even begins participating in business strategy discussions. His role in this world continues to strengthen. He goes from an ordinary employee to a key figure. His community life also expands. He begins attending neighborhood events and family gatherings. People around him gradually see him as a reliable husband and father. This recognition gives him a sense of stability. But deep inside, another voice still exists. It comes from memories of his original world. High-rise finance, rapid decision-making, and massive capital flows. These memories occasionally surface, causing a slight sense of disconnection from his current life. One day, during a bowling event, he relaxes. He meets a woman he had previously seen at a banquet. The woman actively approaches his social circle. She creates various, accidental, opportunities to get closer to him, and tries to build a more private relationship. At first, he keeps his distance. But gradually, her initiative breaks down his boundaries. This stimulation causes him to feel conflicted again. He begins to wonder if he has missed something. Meanwhile, a friend also starts warning him not to ruin his family over short-term impulses, emphasizing the importance of Kate and the children. But these reminders do not fully stop him. He returns home feeling emotionally complicated. Family warmth and outside temptation coexist. He watches his children playing in the living room. A clear inner conflict emerges. He begins to re-examine his choices. One day at home, while organizing items, he discovers an old video recording. The footage shows Kate's birthday when they were young, and his younger self singing to her in this world. He appears sincere and fully engaged in the video. Kate also looks extremely happy. This scene creates a strong contrast with his current memories. He begins to seriously consider this version of himself, whether he ever truly chose a different life. He realizes that this life is not accidental, but the result of long-term choices, yet he still cannot fully accept it. Meanwhile, changes also occur in his work life. His performance at the tire shop attracts attention. A business executive passing by notices his abilities. His business judgment is reassessed, and he is given the opportunity to enter a higher-level corporate system. He begins to engage with the New York business world, reconnecting with finance and mergers and acquisitions. He is invited to participate in a major project. This brings him closer to the core of his original world again. He starts switching frequently between two identities. By day, he is a tire shop manager and family provider. By night, he thinks about business strategy and future opportunities. This dual life gradually exhausts him, but it also brings a long-lost sense of control. One day, he sees a news report. A massive acquisition deal originally tied to him is underway. He realizes that the other world is still moving forward, and that he is only temporarily away from it. This realization shocks him deeply. He begins to reassess the meaning of his existence. The boundary between family and career becomes blurred. At the dinner table, he talks with Kate about life. He expresses uncertainty about their current situation. Kate also expresses similar exhaustion and doubts. For the first time, they have an honest conversation about reality, about choice, sacrifice, and the meaning of life. They realize they both once had fantasies, but ultimately chose their current life. This conversation makes their relationship more real, but also makes the situation more complicated. Afterward, he tries to balance family and career. He reduces engagement with external temptations. He becomes more involved in his children's growth and family life. But business opportunities continue to appear. He is invited into higher-level decision-making, and even has the chance to return to the financial core. He begins seriously considering whether to change his life path. This hesitation puts him into a long internal struggle. Family gives him stability. Career gives him possibility. The two constantly conflict and intertwine. He begins to realize he cannot fully have both lives. The choice becomes increasingly difficult. Life enters a critical turning point. He keeps wavering between the two paths. By day, he is a family man at the tire shop. By night, he is a participant in financial projects. Family stability makes him increasingly dependent on it. The growth of his children and Kate's companionship become truly important. He becomes more involved in household matters. Picking up the kids and handling chores become routine. He still performs well at work. Business opportunities continue to approach him. He has the chance to re-enter higher-level finance, or completely return to his original path of success. This choice becomes harder and harder. He realizes the two lives cannot coexist. Family provides emotional continuity. Career provides greater space and power. Under pressure, he constantly weighs his options. One day, while sorting old belongings, he sees traces of the past again. Memories of the other world become clearer. He realizes that life may not have truly belonged to him, but the emotions still remain. He becomes quiet at the family dinner table. Kate notices the change in him. They discuss their future direction again. Kate says she is willing to follow his decision, but also emphasizes the importance of family. The children have become the center of their lives. This makes him hesitate again. He begins to reduce his pursuit of career opportunities. He spends more time at home. Business opportunities still exist but are gradually set aside. In the end, he realizes that whichever path he chooses, he will lose part of his life. One morning, he looks at his sleeping family, and decides to stay in his current life. He gives up the opportunity to return to the financial world. He chooses to continue being a husband and father, to continue living between the tire shop and his family. Meanwhile, the business world continues without him, and he is no longer part of it. Life returns to peace and stability. He no longer pursues extreme success. Instead, he accepts everyday reality. At this moment, he finally understands that the meaning of life is not another possibility, but everything he already has in the present.